day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Grinding for that spot, a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners, I don't think they pay attention. I'm sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustler on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I reach the heavens.
Yo, yo, yo. Homie TV, hustlers on a mission every day. Dividendsapparel.com still under construction. Yeah, man. We in the lit house. Whatever you do, make sure you keep the light within you shining bright. You feel me? I am Capital. Whatever you do, make sure you create a positive impact today and later. Fuck them haters. Get your paper straight like that. You feel me? By any means necessary. Get your motherfucking paper straight like that. And never forget, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it, and fuck niggas gonna hate regardless. I promise you that. So do your shit to the fullest, nigga. I don't give a fuck what they think, and you shouldn't either. Alright, what we doing today, y'all? What's up? What's up? As you can see, welcome back. Real nigga reactions on a good Saturday. Good Saturday. Real nigga reactions on a good Saturday, man. You feel me? We gonna get into the attorney breaking down the viral stop, right? Because I was just saying, I was just thinking about this. Like, it needs to be a lawyer, attorney. It need to be a couple of lawyers, attorneys out here letting niggas know when they could get that check. Because when niggas start going after that money, if every nigga go after the money that they deserve after having their rights violated, or some bullshit happened to them that was unnecessary at the hands of the government, and they could be held responsible and liable, this shit change around real quick. You feel me? Y'all remember when Demolition Man, they took all the guns from the police and shit? When they when they defrosted them niggas, thawed them niggas out. Anyway, if you don't know about Demolition Man, the movie, go look that shit up, bitch. You can see it. Anyways, shit turned into Demolition Man out this bitch slowly but surely. Slowly but motherfucking surely. This shit turning into Demolition Man out this bitch.
Yes, sir.
Is there a reason why you're popping the door open like that?
I don't have a window that works. Is there a reason that you're pulling me over?
Yeah, absolutely. There's a reason why I'm pulling you over.
You don't have a window that works.
Inclement weather, you don't have your lights on. Two things, you're not wearing your seatbelt.
I don't need the lights. And it's not weather. It's not raining.
Oh, this is inclement?
It's not raining.
Okay, I'm not arguing with you. I'm telling you why I'm pulling you over.
All right, let's stop it right there. This gentleman has asked the officer, why are you pulling me over? There's nothing wrong with that. If you get pulled over, you have the right to know what's going on. The officer gives him two reasons. The first reason is that he doesn't have his headlights on. The second reason is that he's not wearing a seatbelt. Either one of these reasons is sufficient for the officer to pull this driver over. Now, the driver says, hey, it's not raining. This is not inclement weather. The driver could be absolutely right. I believe the Florida statute necessitates that it either be raining, that it be foggy, or that it be smoking. We can see from the video here that it's not raining, not really foggy, not really smoking. So the defendant actually could win in court that, hey, he didn't have probable cause to pull me over. The issue, though, is that he was not wearing his seatbelt. So even if the officer pulled him over erroneously for the headlight violation, the officer still has him on the seatbelt. Now, let's assume that the officer was mistaken and he's wearing his seatbelt. Then both reasons are erroneous and the officer should not have pulled him over. What does that mean? It means that this young man can win in court. What this man cannot do is win on the asphalt. This driver is making a very poor decision decision in trying to argue his way and win his case in the street. He would be much better off, much safer if he could litigate this in court in a controlled environment where there are prosecutors who are hopefully reasonable, a judge who is hopefully reasonable, and maybe his own attorney. As we're about to see, he is in the street with none of these safeguards, and some of these officers, it appears, are not reasonable. It is my opinion that some of these officers demonstrated very poor police work. And so what I am going to do in the latter half of this video is show you some officers in a very similar situation that performed excellently. This is not a racial thing. In this situation, you have black and white officers and a black driver. And in the clip that I'm going to show you with excellent police work, again, you have black and white officers and a black driver. But we're going to go ahead and break this down step by step from a legal framework so we can all understand what's going on. So what do we got? We have a cop making a stop. It appears to be good, but even if it's not, the driver is making the very first mistake in trying to contest this case on the street. He should take his tickets, sign it, and then show up to court and win there.
Give me your driver's license, registration, proof of insurance.
No, call your supervisor. Why?
Excuse me?
Call your supervisor. Why did you pull me over?
It's under 35. I'm property dog driver. I've already told you.
Why did you pull me over?
Now look at this driver. He is making another mistake. He's saying, why did you pull me over? Well, we already discussed it. This officer pulled you over for a seatbelt violation and for a headlight violation. Sometimes drivers want to convince the officers that they didn't commit these violations. That is wrong. You don't try to convince the officers. You try to convince the judge. This driver is making some very serious mistakes in this traffic stop.
Step out of the vehicle.
No,
Step out of the vehicle.
The police officer gave this driver a lawful
And that's
command
what he
to step
fucked up
out of
at.
the vehicle. He needs to step out. He is not doing that either.
That's
This
what he
driver
fucked up
is setting
at.
himself up to be in a very risky situation.
25 seconds. For 94, the driver just slammed the door and locked it. Keep your hands where I can see them, sir. My camera's on too. I've already told you. Okay. Okay. Right now you're under arrest for resisting. You understand? You're under arrest for resisting. The longer you take us on, the worse it's going to be.
Let's stop it right here. A lot of people have pointed out correctly that even the responding officers' headlights are not on. So it seems very hypocritical for officers to pull over drivers for their headlights when the officers themselves are violating the law regarding their headlights.
Facts.
But that's neither here
Facts.
nor there. If these drivers are
Facts.
committing violations, the officers have the right to pull them over.
Sir, this is your last warning to open the vehicle and exit before we're going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window. Open the door and exit or we are going to break the window.
Well, we're conducting a traffic stop right now. You need to.
No, you're under arrest.
They told his ass what was gonna happen.
Door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting. Open the door and exit. You are under arrest for resisting.
Can you unlock the door and step out?
He requested a supervisor before he was under arrest, but they ain't got to get no supervisor out to the location. That's what he misinformed that. We be hearing that
Let me
shit.
stop it
but
right
motherfuckers
here.
be
Can you
requesting from
guys
other states.
sense
That shit don't
the
work for Florida,
difference
bro.
in the tone of these two police officers? The first officer with a very elevated, aggressive tone is saying, open the door, you're under arrest for resisting. The second officer, the responding officer, said, hey man, can you open the door? Can we talk? This is how you want your police officers interacting with the community. Let me put myself on the big screen for a second because this is important. Guys, these police officers work for us, all right? They are here to
Facts.
protect
That's
us
exactly
and
what
to
I was just
serve
saying.
us. They're part of the government. When the police officers pull you over, there does need to be some understanding that, hey, we're all in the same community. You can talk to me like I'm a human being, even if I am not obeying your commands. Why is that? I'll be honest with you guys. People are going through stuff every single day. Everybody goes through things. Cops pull people over on a day that their mother has passed away. Cops pull people over when they've been diagnosed with cancer and they have 90 days or 6 months to live. live. Cops pull people over when they've just been fired from their job. Do any of these excuses justify crazy behavior? No. But this driver is not acting crazily. This driver is resisting, and that's fine, but he's not being aggressive. The police later on, through the sheriff, indicated that they found a knife under his seat or by his feet, but they also indicated that he made no attempt to grab that knife. What you would want from police officers is a little bit of understanding, not like the first cop, but like the second cop, just saying, hey man, can you just step out? Can we talk? I really like the approach from the second officer, just being a little kind, a little human to human grace and understanding.
Yes. He's locked it up. He's putting the window down.
Correct.
I tried to talk to him.
Huh? Okay. So what did he ask for when he I guess, when he pulled me over, you walked up.
Look at this. Look at this. This officer is saying, hey, tell me what's going on. Talk to me. The first officer ain't asking any questions, like, get out of the car, get out of the car. The second officer says, hey, man, let's come to a common understanding. Let's try to de-escalate this. Do you guys see how the first officer is escalating it? The second officer is trying to de-escalate it. Shout out to this second officer.
That is, and that would be an example
Your
of why
headlights
the
are off
PTSD
under this
kicked
weather.
in. He
I'm
like,
like,
man, this man aggressive. I don't even like his
there's
energy.
multiple people headlights. Okay, that's
You
so.
know,
And
some
then
do that shit.
there's no
I
ring.
don't feel safe.
It
Fuck
doesn't
that.
matter.
Call your supervisor.
You're so required to
He
have
told him,
headlights
man,
on.
call the supervisor.
Can you
Feel
put that-
safe.
Well, this officer is incorrect right here, but what all attorneys learn in our first year of practicing criminal defense is that officers are not attorneys. So many times they have a misunderstanding of what the law is. They will misquote the law, and that's fine. That's what courts are for. That's what judges are for. When this man says, hey, it's not,
Can you put that?
well, this officer is incorrect right
For one, your headlights are off under this weather. I'm like, there's multiple people headlights. Okay, that's so. And then there's no ring. It doesn't matter. You're so required to have headlights on. Can you put that?
Well, this officer is incorrect right here, but what all attorneys learn in our first year of practicing criminal defense is that officers are not attorneys. So many times they have a misunderstanding of what the law is. They will misquote the law, and that's fine. That's what courts are for. That's what judges are for. When this man says, hey, it's not raining, and the officer says, it doesn't matter, you got to have your headlights on, that's an incorrect statement of law. But that's fine. Let's keep going.
Can you put that law? Yeah, when you step out of the car, I will. Hey. Can you call your supervisor? Can you call your supervisor? All right, go for it.
Oh.
Vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
All right, let's stop it right there. Guys, this right here absolutely is indefensible. There is no reason why this man should have been punched in the mouth. He has not been physically aggressive with these officers. He has not threatened these officers in any way. This gentleman is saying some stupid things. He's like, hey, show me the law. You're not entitled to see what the law is while you're on the asphalt, all right? That's what court is for. This driver is very confused about where he's at, but you are allowed to be confused without getting punched in the teeth. You're going to hear a lot of people review this footage, and they're going to say, well, if he would have complied with this officer's lawful orders, this would not have happened. They're right. But even though they're right, it does not excuse this type of mistreatment, this type of abuse.
Right.
Again, I'm going to show you a very similar situation where the officers there
Very well
handled it
put.
beautifully. These
I like this. I
officers
like this.
can enforce the law without abusing the community. I could already tell from the way that this officer was conducting the traffic stop that he was looking to escalate the situation. It's come out that this officer has received numerous complaints in the past. Of course, the sheriff's office investigates these and no real punishment was meted out. So many times when you practice criminal law, you will have these same officers on the witness stand. And as an attorney, you are cross-examining them. And let me tell you, so many of these officers, they do not like it. They feel like they should be the ones in power. They should be the ones in control. And when you start asking them very pointed questions and insist and demand on an answer, now they get their backs all bowed up. Here, this driver was not complying with what this officer wanted, and now this officer's back is all bowed up, and this officer's going to show this man who's boss. So the first thing that this officer does when he makes physical contact with this driver is punch him in the teeth. This is absolutely inexcusable. Now, let me say, the state's attorney's office has investigated this situation, and guess what they found? They found that this officer committed no wrongdoing. This officer has been cleared of any criminal charges. So does this mean that if you don't follow an officer's direction, any officer can come up and punch you in the teeth? This sets a very bad precedent about how police can interact with us, and it justifies this long-standing distrust that some people, some communities have with the police. Punching this non-compliant but non-violent driver is inexcusable.
Exit the vehicle! Show me your hands. Here.
You know that trying to cut itself.
Oh, come on, man. Come on. Did you guys see the second punch? Punched him right in the mouth again. We're going to look at this in slow motion, and there might be some people who want to justify this second punch. And let me tell you, this man, in my opinion, the driver, is being compliant. It is impossible for you to comply with 4 or 5 officers pulling you in different directions. Some officers are going to want you to go to the ground. Other officers are going to want you to stand up so they can cuff you. While you're being ragdolled around, what does that look like? It looks like you're not complying. But what's happening is that you have 4 or 5 grown men tugging on you in different directions. Let's take a look at what's going on. We can see here that the officer who broke the window has his right arm around the subject's head and neck, right? Now look, he reaches in, he reaches back, he balls his fist up. As he balls his fist up, let's take a look to see where the driver's hands are. The driver's hands are behind his back. This man is causing no threat to the officer who's about to punch him in the mouth. Boom. Exactly. Right there. This is inexcusable. Hits him right in the jaw. And again, this man's arms are behind his back. He falls to the ground. Now, I'm telling you, it can look like this man is resisting, but I want you to have 4 or 5 officers pulling and grabbing on you, pushing your body, pushing your head to the ground. Your pain receptors will cause you to move. They've got the driver down. Now look at this. The same officer who made the initial stop, the officer who punched the guy in the mouth twice, now he's punched the guy in the back of the leg, in the hamstring. Y'all see his arm right there? That's one punch. Do you see his fist? That's the second punch. It looks like, oh my God, it looks like he gave him a nut shot. Here's another punch, a third punch. Here's another punch, a fourth punch. Meanwhile, guys, this man has his hands behind his back, and there are 3 or 4 officers on his back, and this officer is still pounding away on this young driver. Here's another punch, a 5th punch. Look at this man. There's an officer there with his hands, both hands, on this man's head, pushing his head into the ground. Meanwhile, you have, and that's fine. You have to get control of these individuals. I understand that. But why are you punching this man in the thighs? This is inexcusable.
Pushing his fucking face in the ground like that.
What's wrong with you?
What do you mean? I was putting my hands behind my back. I was on.
These niggas right here ain't shit either. They just hoes too.
Yes, bro. Yes.
They some hoes too. They some fucking dudes, man. I hate it, man.
Yeah, take it off you, bro.
All right, guys. So we see what's going on. In my opinion, the other officers conducted a fine traffic stop, no problem. It's the first responding officer, the one who was escalating the situation, the one who punched through the window, punched him in the mouth, and dragged him out, punched him again in the jaw, and then was wailing on his thighs and his hamstrings. Absolutely inexcusable. This officer apparently has had other complaints. He needs to be fired, and in my opinion, he needs to be charged with battery. You cannot have a few bad apples floating around assaulting community members. Now, let me show you another example where you have a black driver and black and white officers, and look at how they handle the situation. Do they have to bust the window out? Yes. Do they have to drag the defendant out? Yes. But look at how they did it, with calmness, with respect, with humanity for the community. You have a driver who was pulled over for speeding. She immediately asked for a supervisor. She's contesting that she was speeding. She's saying, everybody else is speeding. Why did you pull me over? She's even saying that she wants to see the speed gun. She wants to see the results. She is refusing to get out of the car. And I want you to notice the difference between all of these officers here and the officers that we just saw. Hold up. Let's pause from this analysis of police work for a second to have a quick word from our sponsor, Chapter Medicare. If you or someone you love is on Medicare, this matters. The Department of Justice just revealed a huge fraud case against top Medicare brokers, accusing them of steering seniors to plans paying the highest kickbacks and not the plans best for them. I've seen firsthand how confusing and frustrating Medicare can be. When I face my own cancer diagnosis, even with my decades of legal experience, navigating healthcare felt impossible. That's why I'm partnering with Chapter Medicare. Chapter searches through every available Medicare plan to find the one truly tailored to your doctors, your prescriptions, and your budget. Completely free and unbiased. On average, seniors who've worked with Chapter saved over $1,100 a year. So if you want straightforward, unbiased.
That's cool, man. I suggest or recommend you motherfuckers educate yourself on the healing of the earth from the earth, like with the herbalists and shit, instead of all that medicine and shit. But yeah, with the insurance and shit, you need some insurance. You ain't gotta use that medicine and shit all the time, but I suggest and recommend other avenues of medicine than pharmaceuticals. That's all.
Help, call Chapter right now at 572-243-01 here on the screen.
Said,
In case you didn't know, we don't have to show. Hey, ma'am.
Give your this analysis.
Hey, ma'am. Just hear me out for a second. In case you didn't know, we don't have to show you our stuff. Yeah, okay. You have rights too, but we don't have to show you that stuff, ma'am.
You don't have to show me, so I don't have to show proof.
No, it doesn't work that. It doesn't work that way, ma'am. It doesn't work that way, ma'am.
I want to know where's my proof. Where's the proof that I broke the law?
Now, again, this lady is being completely unreasonable. She's asking for proof that she broke the law. Where do you get proof? Where do you see proof, guys? Where do you see evidence, guys? You see proof, you see evidence in court. I don't know why certain people want to argue their case in the street. So you've got a community member being very unreasonable, but look at the tone of these officers. Look at their patience. This is what you want in good police work. Let's go.
She just told you that you did. Ma'am, we don't have to show you our radar equipment. No, we don't. No, we don't, ma'am.
I want to verify. How are you going to accuse me? It was officer.
She wants to verify the speed gun.
How does she pick me out of all the people? I didn't break any law.
Can we have, ma'am, can we have your ID, ma'am? That's all we need. I just explained all that to you. And yes, I did, ma'am. Because we don't have to show you what our radar stuff reading is. No, we don't, ma'am. Maybe for court.
Exactly.
Not right now. Y'all know we are too, ma'am.
Look at
Yes, ma'am.
look at this.
Still waiting for your ID that you won't give me.
Yeah.
Look at their
Make
tone,
this
guys.
process go a whole lot faster.
No, very poorly, dear.
Let me pause it. Guys, look at this. Now, I'm not saying that every officer needs to go above and beyond, but does it seem to you that these officers are escalating the situation? Does it seem to you that these officers want to punch people in the mouth? If you cannot be reasonable with unreasonable people, then you shouldn't be a police officer. I know I shouldn't be a police officer because if I'm going to be honest with you, I wanted to punch that dude in the mouth too. But that's why I'm not on the street in uniform. But that's why I'm not say, oh, well, being a teacher, that's a calling. Being a nurse, being a medical provider, that's a calling. Well, let me tell you, being a police officer is a calling as well. You have to have a certain type
he
of
wanted
person.
to punch the nigga in the face too. That's some self-hatred shit from him being a nigga. See, that's crazy that a nigga even felt like he had to say that he felt like punching a nigga too. Why? Because from a lawyer standpoint, you're like, man, you want to punch him like, man, shut the fuck, you just took you to court. No. Cause now he was violated. It's mass public. Everybody could view this shit, and he could get paid from it. He need to get his tooth fixed. He need to get that shit fixed. Fucked up that nigga whole mouth, man. That nigga shit look totally different. Oh, they was like
Personality.
to
If
say
you
bigger for
feel
that
like you have to
video.
punch
5 months
unreasonable
ago.
community members, you should not be in uniform.
Yes, ma'am.
Still here, still waiting for your ID that you won't give me.
Yeah.
Look how calm these officers
Still waiting for the
are.
ID that she won't give you. Now that's crazy. We could at least give you ID. But people that don't get their ID usually got some shit going on too.
Did she tell you she was a sovereign citizen? Oh.
Probably ain't got no license. Probably suspended and all that other shit. Probably scared of a warrant.
One of those warnings. Oh my,
Messing around with these
one of my,
citizens.
Worry about some shit catching back
One of
up
those
to him.
warnings.
from
And let
way
me
back
stop it
when.
right here.
There.
This officer whispered to the other officer, did she tell you she's a sovereign citizen? Why is that important? These sovereign citizens are completely unreasonable. They believe that the laws do not apply to them. But you can't go around punching sovereign citizens in the mouth. You can't punch them in the teeth. You can't punch them in the thighs and give them nut shots. Just because someone has crazy ideas, just because someone isn't complying verbally, doesn't mean that police officers get to beat on us.
Making me nervous you're not providing your ID. Okay. Do you
Let
have
me-
like a warrant or something? Because
Let
like
me stop it right here. This lady is saying, hey, you're making me nervous. What does the officer say? The officer say, you're making me nervous too. You're not providing your ID. Is there a reason you're not providing your ID? Do you have a warrant? And the officer's also saying, hey, ma'am, if you could please keep your hands visible. One of the number one priorities for these officers should be to make it home alive and well. We saw that in the first clip too, where the officers were saying, hey, let me see your hands. Let me see your hands. That's fine. In both situations, the officers are looking out for their well-being. That's exactly what you want. But again, you can see the difference in the tone and the demeanor. All right, now what's been going on? Now this lady is using her phone to call her family members down to the scene. Now the cops are like, all right, she's calling her family members down. Now it's time to remove her from the car. Let's go.
dear, I'm gonna give you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle. Ma'am, I'm giving you a lawful order to step out of the vehicle. Okay? Lawful order to step out of the vehicle. You're failing to provide your ID at a lawful traffic stop, which is a crime. Okay, so you can either roll the window down, or I will break it.
Now he going textbook. He
Okay.
going completely by the
So,
book.
ma'am, you've been given plenty of
He going
opportunities here.
completely textbook.
Are you going to provide your ID? Are you going to provide your ID? Absolutely. Are you going to provide your ID? Speeding. Speeding was the reason for the traffic stop. Are you going to provide your ID?
I'm
Are you
putting
going to provide your
gloves
ID?
on.
Okay. I've asked you several times. You refuse to answer. Are you going to step out of the vehicle? Are you going to step out of the vehicle?
Textbook.
Okay, ma'am, you are now under arrest. You are under arrest for obstruction of official business and failing to provide your ID. Step out of the vehicle. Step out of the vehicle, or I will break the
That's
window.
demolition man. That's how textbook they
Step out
gonna
of the
be
vehicle, or I will
demolition
break the
man.
window. Ma'am, I'm telling you one more time. Step out of the vehicle, or I'm going to break the window. Okay.
Oh my
Please
God!
step out.
No, I didn't do
Told
anything
her.
wrong.
Told her
He
about
keeps
that.
saying, please step out. Look at this officer. Amazing.
Oh my God!
Wait, let me rewind that again so you guys can hear him saying, please step out. Please step out. This is amazing police work. Just listen to him say, please.
That nigga went textbook. He was full textbook.
Oh my
Please
God!
step out.
No, I didn't do anything wrong. Okay.
Amazing.
I didn't even do anything wrong. Oh my God! This is crazy. Oh my God!
Do you see anybody punching anybody in the mouth? Do you see anybody being dragged to the ground and punching in the thighs and nut shots? In neither one of these situations are such actions necessary.
Why?
My boy highlighting them motherfucking extra punches. Make sure that boy get that money. That's what I like to hear. Yo, highlight that shit so that nigga get that money. I like that shit for the public. All them extra shots. He
Guys,
gave
I
his
don't know what
ass
to tell
4
you.
extra
Shout out
punches
to these
after they couldn't
officers.
see
Just
from his camera.
amazing, beautiful police work. And again,
And they
just
got
for a
them
quick
from the
comparison,
motherfucking
let's
body
take a look
cameras.
at how this police department conducts the exact same stop.
Exit the vehicle now. Exit the vehicle.
Oh, man.
Show me your hands. Here.
What is your reason, sir? What is your reason? Step out now. All right. No.
This is ridiculous. Oh, come on. Punching.
Hands behind your back.
Absolutely ridiculous.
Oh my God!
Step out.
No, I didn't do anything
Dirty
wrong.
motherfucker.
I didn't even do anything wrong. Oh my God! This is crazy.
All right, guys. So
But
you wanted my
one's a black
opinion. You
woman,
wanted
one's a
my
black,
legal
they gonna be
take
more
on the
delicate with the women.
situation, and I've explained it to you. I'm not just Monday morning quarterbacking this when I
And there was a
criticize
black
this
man
police
ahead
department
of
because I've taken
So
the
he's
time to
gonna
show
handle the
you
situation
excellent
as
police
if
work. We should
it was
all
one
be
of his
behind these
family
police
members, these
officers.
crazy
Without
ass
strong,
pieces of shit.
honorable police
You know
departments,
what I'm
this
saying?
nation
And he
cannot
not gonna let
exist.
that
We
shit
should
get out
all
of
want to
hand.
back
One
the
was a
blue,
black
but at the
man.
same
So
time, we as a
he
community have to be
he said
honest.
he gonna highlight the same shit. It's gonna be the same shit, but no, it really wasn't. It really wasn't. And the geography, the demographic, like the areas of what should take place matters too. You feel me? So see, the black man didn't even want to do it to her. The black man said, man, he wasn't reasoning. He trying to reason with her. She wasn't reasonable. Like, man, shit, it is time to do it. All right, you go try this time. You gotta do it. I don't even want to do it to her. He ain't even do it to her. He ain't even want to bust a window and shit, even though he knew he could. Like, man, I don't want to do it to her. Man, I can't do it to her. He tried to reason with her, get up out of that bitch. Nope. All right, fuck it. Go do your shit. That's just what the other nigga did. The other nigga came and talked. Like, hey, man, you ain't trying. All right, fuck it. Go do your shit. But it wasn't the nigga talking to the nigga. It was another. You know what I'm saying? You know how that shit go.
And we have to hold them accountable when they fall short. The most important thing that they cannot do is abuse the public. We are entrusting them with the power to take our lives if necessary. So they
And you gotta hold their ass accountable every time. It don't matter how small. Sue their motherfucking ass for violating. Every time, anytime they violate, sue their motherfucking ass. That's all. I guarantee shit start changing up rapido. Shit start changing up immediately around the bit. Once they start seeing they come out like after a year, they be like, man, these niggas done got us for about 700 million. Like nationwide, 700 million. Just off of cases of violating their rights and shit. Hey, we gotta stop this shit. This shit costing us almost $1 billion a year from violating their what? They'll change that shit immediately. I promise you. If you sue there for every little violation, everybody get their money that they deserve. I guarantee they gonna switch that shit up so motherfucking fast. What? Like, man, these motherfuckers held for 1.3 billion out the government, out of lawsuits for racial discriminate. Like, oh man, they gonna start retraining shit. They gonna artificial intelligence the police. It's gonna be demolition man out this bitch. I'm telling you. It's gonna be motherfucking demolition man. Alright. And that's enough for this one, Homemade TV. Hustles on a mission every day. Dividendsapparel.com still under construction. We will be back. Real nigga reactions. Never forget, real niggas do what they want to do. Bitch niggas do what they can. Hoe ass niggas gonna talk about it and fuck niggas gonna hate. Regardless. I promise you that. I'm gonna wrap this bitch up. At least on this side.
I'm a hustler on a mission. spot a brand new pot to piss in. Trying to school my partners home, they pay attention. Sticking to my vision, on the road to the riches. Every single day, I'm a hustle on a mission. Trying to get 100 M's, nigga, I ain't kidding. I'm on a mission, 24/7, 365, until I